Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Om Bhadram Karnebhih Shrunuyama Devaah. Bhadram Pasyema Akshabhiryajatraah. Sthirairangai Tushtuvagum Sastanubhih. Vyasema Devahitam Yadayuhu. Swasti na Indro Vruddhasravaah. Swasti na Pusha Vishwavedaah. Swasti nastarkshyo Arishtanemihi. Swasti no Bruhaspatir Dadatu.
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Agne Naya Supataraye Asman Vishwani Deva Vayunani Vidvan Yuyodhyasmat Juhurana Meno Vo Istam Te Nama Vuktim Videma. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Abrahman Brahmana Brahma Varchasi Jayatam Arashtre Rajanyah Shurashabhya Ati Vyadhi Maharato Jayatam Dogdrim Dhenur Vodha Nadvan Asusapti Purandhiryosha Jishno Radeshta Sabheyo Yuva Asya Jamanasya Viro Jayatam Nikame Nikamena Parjanyo Na Varsatu Palavatyo Na Voshadaya Pachantam Yogakshemo Na Kalpetam. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Apyayantu Mamangani Vaprana Chakshuhu Stotramato Balamindriyani Cha Sarvani Sarvo Brahmopanishadam Aham Brahma Nirakuryam Mama Brahma Nirakaroto Anirakaranam Asto Nirakaranam Me Asto Tadhatmani Nirateya Upanisatsu Dharma He Mayi Santo Te Mayi Santo. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Purnamada Purnamidham Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Namaste.
So happy. Today we are just meeting to know the Upanishads. One of them is Bruhadaranyaka Upanishad. Just now Sivalingaya has recited Ya Upanishatsu Dharmaha Te Mayi Santu. What dharmas are there in the Upanishad? Let all of them take seat in me. It's very interesting that we are having that. So, yeah, please. So, Sivalingaya recite Mari Om Janagagum Savaideha Vaideham.
Om Janakagum Avaideham Yajnavalkyo Jagama Samenena Vadishya Ityata Yajjanakascha Vaideho Yajnavalkya Jagni Otra Samudhate Tasmai Ayajnavalkyo Varam Dado Saha Kama Prashnameva Vavretagum Asmai Dado Tagum Samradeva Purvam Papracha Yajnavalkya Kim Jyoti Rayam Purusha Ityaditya Jyoti Samraditi Yovacha Ditye Naivayam Jyoti Shasthe Palyayate Karma Kurute Vipalyeti Me Vaitat Yajnavalkya Astamita Yajnavalkya Kim Jyoti Revayam Purusha Iti Yanchandrama Evasya Jyotir Bhavatiti Chandramasyevayam Jyotishaste Palyayate Karma Kuruthe Vipalyeti Tyeva Me Vaitat Yajnavalkya.
Beautiful. So now you observe that this is the dialogue between Yajnavalkya and Janaka Maharaja. Sorry. So the Upanishads are trying to give us the fundamentals of the Atman or the soul or the self, whatever call about it. And also we are trying to get hold of the knowledge of karma, for which everybody has got to go through the janma. And when once the karma is almost zero, one will be liberated. And in Bhagavatam, it is said, Buddhava asks, give me emancipation, don't give me birth back. See that all karmas are being reduced in me. And when he said like that, Krishna answered, okay, I do so. You just try to attempt to get rid of the amount of or load of karma as much as possible. And if at all any more karma remnants are sticking to the walls of the karma palace, that I will be able to grace it and cancel that, and so that you will be absolutely relieved of the karma. And what is karma consisting of? Punyam and papam. So the amount of punyam, the amount of papam. Yeah. So one has to reduce the papam, increase the punyam, or punyam should remain the same. In a sense that what we take up, it should be constantly managed. And that maintenance is important. To punya maintenance is important, not papa increments. And it talks about the Advaita, the oneness. As we have noted, there is the oneness statue of Lord Shankara, of Acharya Shankara, being erected 108 feet tall. And that is really marvelous, magnificent. So we have Samatha statue, we have now Advaita statue, and that is being inculcated in the Upanishads. If you are focusing your search engine in order to explore the Advaita, and then it contains also many more important things about the Hinduism, Buddhism, etc. We get some inklings of that and information about them. And in the Upanishads also, we are going to see more about the metaphysics, spirituality, and psychological matters, and about the universe, the creation of the universe, how the created beings have got to behave, conduct in the creation or in the world. Oh, so many topics are there which are being covered by the Upanishads. Therefore, what is Upanishad? Upanishad is equal to Dharma. Ya Upanishatsu Dharma. And again, what is Upanishad? Everything is Upanishad, that Sarvam Upanishatam, Sarvam Brahma. Therefore, the quest to know the truth and reality and all that is not complete in any Upanishads. But each Upanishad is a margam, is a vidya, is a tool to go to understand our own life and philosophy, and also the action to be followed by us when a certain amount of life has been granted to us. It is not simply to get delimited by the bhoga. There should be also attempts for the yoga and moksha. In Taittiriya Upanishad or Taittiriya, you come to another. Yo pama yatanam veda ayatanavan bhavati. So there also you have been given a clue that you must be able to dive deep into the origins of the water, and you will get understanding one by one. Agnirva pamayatanam, and ultimately what you get is samudraha, the samvatsaro va pamayatanam. So the time, samvatsara is the unit and the time, and that is the ayatanam, because it's all things are brought into light or become live only because of the time. Nobody can remain in the mother's womb more than 8 to 9 months, or even maximum 10. Pushed out, push, and all that. So that it is again the time that brings the one inside that manufactured to be out. But there is only one animal touched us, that is elephant. I'm told, I don't know. Its pregnancy period is only 12 months because such a huge animal has got to be prepared in the factory or the womb of the female curry or the elephant. So Karenuka is called a female elephant. And in that, so it takes Gajagarbham antare. So Gajagarbha andre 12 months agatte. 1 year full it will bear. The mother elephant will bear the child inside it for 12 months. It's all Sushti Vichitram and all that. So that's why we have to study Upanishads. And thanks to the opportunities that we are going to have, every week once we come to sit to study the Upanishad, which is Vedanta. What is Vedanta? Upanishads, Bhagavad Gita, and what is that called? I forgot that one. So Vedanta, Bhagavad Gita, Upanishads, and the other one I get it, I tell you. So these are the three things which are called as Prasthanatraya of the Upanishads, Brahma Sutras. So now we are sitting in the Vedanta class, trying to explore what the Upanishads are going to teach us. And in fact, we have already books written on the teachings of the Upanishads as an anthology by D.S. Sharma, published by the Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan, Bombay. And we have got wonderful publications from Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan, Bombay, and other places. So why I'm telling is that we don't consider that we are sitting in a wasteful time. No. What you should learn, we are trying to learn. We have already seen like that in our Aitareya Upanishad, and some such Upanishads we have covered already. And now we are with the Bruhadaranyaka Upanishad, where there is a dialogue between them. And we have covered just a sentence or so, but still I revise for you. What is that? Because generally, Mahatmas go to remain silent unless there is a appropriate and deserving Pruchaka. Mahatmas don't open their mouth. Like that, Vaideha Yajnavalkya went to Janaka Maharaja casually just to be silent. But the Pruchaka, the quest, he will not keep quiet. Whenever such great Gnanis were to come to us, it is our duty to get to know something more than mundane. Of course, these mundane vyavaharas are there constantly. Whether you want or not, they will come to your ear because people speak about it. But hardly come across people who speak about the knowledge and all that. Vrutha ma vakyam ucharyatam is Shankaracharya teaching to all. Vrutha. And also, he said, Swatmana astiyatam. You please be remaining as you are. So Swatmana is your own Atma, is your guide. Your own self is your master key. And therefore, you must understand that for that purpose, Janaka Maharaja is also one of the questions. Rama is another. We have got Gitas, Vasishta Gita, Ashtavakra Gita, Bhagavad Gita, Vyasa Gita, etc. So all the Gita Sahityam in Sanskrit will try to make us open our eyes. When the inner eye, we get opened, and then we come to know a kind of satisfaction that our work is not just going to office, getting money and maintaining our routine and family life and etc. Beyond that, besides and beyond, we have something more. Therefore, you observe, Vadishyata iti yatha yajjalakascha vaideho yajnavalkyascha samudate tasmai hayajnavalkyo varam dadau. So there was a talk on Agnihotra, the importance of fire, God, or Agni, Agnir Brahma, Agnaye Bruhate Nakaya Swaha. Oh, The entire Rig Veda and other Vedas contain huge number of prayers referring to Agni. Next comes Indra and all that. So whenever such great people met together, they went on talking about the Agnihotra. Then that Agnivalkya was so pleased that I want to give you some compliment and some gift. That gift is called Varam. Yajnavalkyo Varam dadao sahakama prastameva vavre. So when once the Vara is given, what do you want? Then he said, I have some questions, and that is where the answers to all of my questions is the boon that you are going to grant me. So how long you can receive? You want something gnanam. I remember my friend Tamplin. When we in Pune, he came from Thailand, and another person from Cambodia, another from, so they're all Buddhist monks. And I went along when I was doing my PhD, I went along with them to Poonam Hotel in Pune, in Deccan Gymkhana. And after lunch and all that, I was about to pay the bill. Immediately, one of them, that is Tamplin, he said, no, don't pay, sir. It is our privilege. We pay the bill. We want knowledge from you. We don't want this. So he said, knowledge from you we want, because he came to MA degree, political science, to study, being deputed from Thailand. So I remember now that statement made by that Thai monk, I want knowledge. So knowledge is really precious. Therefore, he said, Saha Kamaha Prasnameva Vaure. So this Janaka Maharaja wanted to put some questions, because Yajnavalkya is on and all. Yajnavalkya Maharshi is not ordinary Maharshi. We are going to have a beautiful discussion on these important Maharshis in nutshell and articles on them. That Yajnavalkya Maharshi is a well-read man and he's well experienced, a great tapasvi. So then he samradeva purvam papracha tagumha smai dadau tagumha samradeva purvam prapracha. Then Yajnavalkya is such a good friend and great that Janaka Maharaja, who is a Rajarshi. You remember that Janaka is Rajarshi, and moreover, it is not only one Janaka is there are several Janakas, as we understand. So this Janaka Maharaja may be the Sita's father or anybody, we don't know. But anyway, Janaka Maharaja in principle is a great Gnani and Vedantin, and his knowledge is not satisfactory to him, because you learn more and more. That's why in Taittiriya Upanishad it is said, what is that said by Guru after graduation? He says, Ekecha smatsreya gumso brahmana tesham tvayasane prasvarsitavyam. Nodidra? So ನಿಮ್ಗಿನ್ನ ನನ್ಗಿನ್ನ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಗೊತ್ತಿರೋ ವಿದ್ವಾಂಸರು ಋಷಿಗಳು ಇರ್ತಾರೆ, ಏನು ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಿನಗಿರೋ ನಾಲೆಡ್ಜನ್ನು ಎನ್ಹ್ಯಾನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಪ್ಪ, ಡೌಟ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋ ಅಂತ ಋಷಿಗಳು ಫ್ರೀ ಮೈಂಡೆಡ್ ಆಗಿ ಬಿಟ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ನ. ನೋ, ಜನರಲಿ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಆರ್ ಸೇ, ನನ್ನ ಹತ್ರ ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ ಮೇಲೆ ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ಬರ ಹತ್ರ ಹೋಗಿ ಯಾಕೆ ಕನ್ಸಲ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಯಾಕೆ ಅವ್ರ ಐಡಿಯಾಸ್ ತೊಗೊಂಡು ನಾನು ಸಿಗ್ನೇಚರ್ ಮಾಡೋ ಥೀಸಿಸಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಇನ್ಕ್ಲೂಡ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಸಿಟ್ಟು ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ ಎನಿಮಿಕಲ್ ಟು ದಿ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್. ದೇರ್ ಆರ್ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ಸ್ ಐ ಕಮ್ ಅಕ್ರಾಸ್. ಎನಿವೇ, ಹಂಗಲ್ಲದೆ ಈ ಸೈಡ್ ಯಾಜ್ಞವಲ್ಕ್ಯ ಕಿಂ ಜ್ಯೋತಿ ಅಯಂ ಪುರುಷ ಇತಿ ಆದಿತ್ಯ ಇತಿ. ಹೂ ಈಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪುರುಷ? ವಿ ಟಾಕ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದಿ ಮ್ಯಾನ್, but what is that man? Even God is also man. What is the difference between God and man? Man has form or figure with flesh and blood and all contents inside, while God won't have all these things. He will just give you the upper swarupam, and he will be our overlord of any and everything of the part inside, outside of the man, but he himself doesn't have a picture. Anthropomorphic and non-anthropomorphic are the deities. They're all abstract. And therefore, the classification of gods is being done by several scholars. And one of them, Max Muller, says that abstract gods are there, and opaque gods are there, transparent gods are there, translucent gods are there. Like that, the mythology keeps classifying them. So ultimately, what is this Purusha? The question put by O Yajnavalkya, what is Jyoti? Ayam Purushaha. Ayam Jyotihi Purushe. And then iti Aditya Jyotihi Samrad iti Vacha Adityenayvayam Jyotishaha te palyate karma kurute vipalyati iti evameva tadyajnavalkya. So he is trying to answer that Aditya Jyotihi Samrat. Samrat is the emperor, because we have got Viratu, Samratu, Bhrajas, Bhrajovan, like that, talking about the ranks in the Jyoti. Jyoti, all humans are Jyotis. All gods are Jyotis. That is light and luster and brilliance. Therefore, Mahanarana Upanishad tells you, Ardram Jalati Jyotihi. They all constantly, there is Ardra Jyoti, wet lamp cannot get extinguished. It is Akhanda Jyoti, Akhanda Deepam. People offer Akhanda Deepam on certain days to Paramatma. For all the 24 hours, they put oil and see that the Jyoti is live. Like that, Illi, Aditya, he says that Aditya Jyotihi Samrat iti ha uvacha. So he said, Aditya is the Jyoti. Why? Adityainevayam Jyotishaha. So all the stars, all the entire moon, whatever astro bodies are there, luminaries as they are, asteroids as they call, they are all the reflectors of the light of Surya Bhagavan. It is like, see, you have headlights in the night you are driving on, but the entire road seems to be lit with brilliance and kanti, because you know that there are reflectors fixed on the road on your sides. So when your light falls on them, the reflectors will give you the light on the road, because the level is different. The headlight difference of the car is high, and whereas the reflectors are low, so they exactly reflect that. Therefore, you cannot find road lights everywhere, but what light you have, that light is your light for guidance. Adrinda Ardram Jyotihi Jalati. And that is Brahma Jyoti. And that is I am. That's why he said Jyotishaha Adityenayvayam Jyotishaha Inagate te palyayate karma kurute vipalyate ti evam eva etatvyajnavalkya. He just says, see, palyate, they only brightly shine forth, and they only remain absent or dull. So all that is happening only because of Surya Bhagavan. And Surya Jyoti is eternal, is constant, is huge. That's why when you do Saundar Lahari Homa, our Sivalingaya and all people will sit and say, Agnirjyotihi, Surya Jyotihi, Agnirjyotis, Surya Jyotis, Swaha. So they share the Jyoti, Agni in the night, Surya in the day. But Surya and Agni, they are the same only. Therefore, Surya Agni. So that's why this Upanishad is giving you the knowledge that Aditya is a constant luminary, bright, never to appear. And so Jyotisha te palyayate karma kurute. When they brightly show, they do job. And vipalyate iti evameva tadhyaktavalkya. I hope you understood. So all the other stars and astro bodies there in the sky are, I think, just like the reflectors kept on the road. So Aditya Jyoti is only given to us in different manners. Nakshatra Kanti, Chandra Kanti, well, these are all the things. So Nakshatra Kanti, nakshatras very far away from the earth. Therefore, they take more, the nakshatras light take more time to reach the earth. That's what astronomy tells you. Only after 12 o'clock in the night, midnight, you can see the starlight. But the moonlight or sunlight, they don't take much time. The moment you see the moon, there is brightness. The moment you see the sun rising, there is light. Therefore, there are constant, powerful lights in the sky. And Taittiriya Aranyaka Upanishad tells you, that is Taittiriya Upanishad, or the Aranyaka Varuna Prashna, for example, tells you there are stars in the daytime also in the sky, in the horizon, but you cannot see them because the starlight is lower compared to the sunlight. So ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ you get wonderful knowledge upon the astronomy and you get the knowledge about the metaphysics. What is metaphysics? And so they believe in the light. They don't believe in forums and all that. Anyway, so next question is Astamita Aditye Agnavalkya Kim Jyoti. That is the question. Kim Jyotirevayam Purusha iti. Then Chandrama eva sya Jyotirbhavati iti. Chandramase eva ayam Jyotishaha te palyante karma kurute vipalyate iti evameva yajnavalkya. ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಡೈಲಾಗ್ ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ. All Upanishadic knowledge has been given to us through a dialogue, ಸಂಭಾಷಣೆ. Because ಸಂಭಾಷಣೆ ಅಂದ್ರೇನು? So they come to talk about each other and they talk about others. It is normal. Normal ನೋಡ್ತಿರಲ್ವಾ, ವಾಕಿಂಗ್ ಹೋದಾಗ if 2 and more people are walking together, they talk about each other for some time. In the beginning, hello, good morning, how are you? And in reply, you say hello, good morning. ಆಮೇಲೆ they talk about third person. So 2 people join, they talk about the third. The third is determined by the kind of 2 people meeting. If they are the 2 people are jnanis, then they will be gnana. If they are politicians, there will be politics. If they are business people, they talk about business. So depending upon the prominent faculty that they are in profession or otherwise, they talk only. But here, I think you see Yajnavalkya is a gnani. And equally, Janaka Maharaja is also in quest of Jnanam. So when such 2 people meet, their talk will be really Vedantic, really talking about the truths of life. What is Vedanta? Vedanta talks about the truths of life. The order, cosmic order that is controlling both gods and creation and all that. Therefore, here another question was put, Kim Jyotihi Astamita Aditye Yajnavalkya Kim Jyotihi eva ayam Purushaha iti. So again he said, this Purusha itself is a Jyoti. ಅದರಿಂದ ನೋಡಿದ್ರ ಈವನ್ ಕಣ್ಣುಗಳು, the human eye, when you are in darkness, even sometimes you can see in darkness. The human eye gets adjusted to see certain things in darkness. But for animals, you observe that eyes of the animals, sometimes like tiger or the bulls, they become more brighter to see the ways out than the humans. That's why a man who drives the cart, Sivalingaya, ನೀವು ಹಳ್ಳಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ಬೋದಲ್ವಾ, he can sleep. But the bulls, they know the way, the house of the owner of the cart, or his own owner. And if you put a light to the eyes of the bulls, they look like bulbs. ಹೌದಾ ಶಿವಲಿಂಗ ಅವರೇ, ನೋಡಿದಿರಾ ನೀವು? ಸರ್ ನೋಡಿ.
ಹೌದು, ಬ್ರೈಟ್ನೆಸ್ ಆಗಿ
ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಸೊ ದಿ ಐಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಬುಲ್ಸ್ ಲುಕ್ ಲೈಕ್ bulbs. So they can see well. You may go to sleep because you can't see the darkness much. But even tiger. So animals have been blessed with certain different arrangements in their own eye. And accordingly, they make their hay in the journey of their life. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಮನುಷ್ಯ ಜಂತುಗಳು ಕ್ರಿಯೇಷನಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಸ್ಪೀಶೀಸ್ ಬದುಕೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನೇನು ಅರೇಂಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಬೇಕೋ ಆ ಅರೇಂಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ನಾಲೆಡ್ಜ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪರಮಾತ್ಮನ ಹತ್ರ ಇದೆ. ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ಯು ಕಾಲ್ ಪರಮಾತ್ಮ ಆಸ್ ದಿ ಡಿಸೈನರ್ ಆಫ್ ಡಿಸೈನರ್ಸ್, ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟರ್ ಆಫ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟರ್ಸ್, ಈಶ್ವರ ಆಫ್ ಈಶ್ವರಾಸ್. ಸೊ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀ ದೇವಿ ಸೆಡ್ ಈಶ್ವರೀಂ ಈಶ್ವರೀಣಾಂ. ಸೊ ಈಶ್ವರೀಣಾಂ ಈಶ್ವರಿ. Similarly, you talk Krishna as Yogishwareshwara. Arjuna is a Yogishwara and his Ishwara is Krishna. So Yogeshwareshwara ಈ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ನಮ್ಮ ವೇದಾಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ ಪಾಠ. ಅದರಿಂದ ಯಾರಿಗೂ ಗರ್ವ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಬಂದರೆ ಹೋಪ್ಲೆಸ್. ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಶಂಕರಾಚಾರ್ಯ ಅವ್ರ ಗುರುಗಳು, ಜಗದ್ಗುರು, ನಮ್ಗೆ ಒಂದು ಪಾಠ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಏನಂತ? ಅಹರಹರ್ವಾ ಗರ್ವಂ ಪರಿತ್ಯಜ್ಯತಾಂ ಸ್ವಾತ್ಮನಾ ಸ್ಥೀಯತಾಂ. ಪ್ರತಿ ಅಹರಹರ್ವ ಅಂದರೆ ಡೇ ಬೈ ಡೇ you try to reduce the amount of garvam or pride in you. You are nobody. ನಮ್ಮದು ಎಂಬುದು ಕಿಂಚಿತ್ತೂ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಪುರಂದರ ವಿಠಲನದೇ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಹರಿನಾಮ ಉಚ್ಚಾರಣೆ ಮಾಡೋ. ಪುರಂದರದಾಸರು ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ? ಅಯ್ಯ, ಈ ಜಗತ್ತಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಕ್ಲೈಮ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗದ್ದು ಯಾವುದಿಲ್ಲ. ಈವನ್ ಅವರ್ ಬಾಡಿ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಅವರ್ಸ್, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಹೈರ್ಡ್ ಒನ್, ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಬಾರೋಡ್ ಒನ್, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಟೇಕನ್ ಆನ್ ಲೀಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಸಮ್ ಇಯರ್ಸ್. ಆ ಲೀಸ್ ಆದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ನಾವು ಬಿಟ್ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕು ನಮ್ಮ ಶರೀರವನ್ನು ದೇವರಿಗೆ. ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ಭಸ್ಮಾಂತಂ ಶರೀರಂ. ಈಶಾವಾಸ್ಯ ಉಪನಿಷತ್ತು ಏನು ಹೇಳುತ್ತೆ? ಕ್ರತೋಸ್ಮರ ಕ್ರತೋಸ್ಮರ ಭಸ್ಮಾಂತಂ ಶರೀರಂ. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಏನು ಬಿಗಿನಾಗತ್ತೆ? ಮಾ ಕಶ್ಚಿದ್ ಈಶಾವಾಸ್ಯಮಿದಂ ಸರ್ವಂ ಯತ್ ಕಿಂಚಿತ್ ಜಗತ್ಯಾಂ ಜಗತ್ತು ತೇನ ತ್ಯಕ್ತೇನ ಭುಂಜೀಥಾಃ ಮಾ ಗೃಧಾ ಕಸ್ಯಚಿದ್ದರಂ. ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಪಾಠ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಯಾಜ್ಞವಲ್ಕ್ಯ ಮಹರ್ಷಿ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಈಶಾವಾಸ್ಯ ಉಪನಿಷತ್ತಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಂತ? ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರೋ ವೇದಾಂತ ಬೇರೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬೃಹದಾರಣ್ಯಕ ಉಪನಿಷತ್ತಲ್ಲಿ ಪಾಠ ಹೇಳೋದು ಬೇರೆ. ಬಟ್ ಎನಿವೇ ಗುರುಗಳು, ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಟೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಡಿಫರೆಂಟ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸಸ್, ಡಿಫರೆಂಟ್ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಹಿ ಸೆಡ್ ಅಸ್ತಮಿತ ಆದಿತ್ಯೇ ಯಾಜ್ಞವಲ್ಕ್ಯ ಕಿಂ ಜ್ಯೋತಿ. ಸೊ ಯಾಜ್ಞವಲ್ಕ್ಯ, ಸೂರ್ಯ ಭಗವಾನು ಮುಳುಗೋದ್ರೆ ಗತಿ ಏನು? ಏನು ಅಂದರೆ ಅಯಂ ಪುರುಷ ಇತಿ ಚಂದ್ರಮಾ ಏವ ಅಸ್ಯ ಜ್ಯೋತಿ ಭವತೀತಿ. ಸೊ ವೆನ್ ಸನ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ದೇರ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಹೊರೈಸನ್ and moon is there, and moon will be the light provider in the world. So he is the Jyoti during night time. We all know that every month there comes Amavasya. Yesterday was Amavasya. Today onwards Bhadrapada Masa, as our calendar in the WhatsApp says, and our Mahatma every day he is giving you the calendar in our WhatsApp group. So even once you open, you will know the calendar, what is today, Panchangam. And so today is Bhadrapada Masam Pratham Pratipat. The first day, yesterday we had the Shravana Masa, Nija Shravana Masa also ended, Amavasya. So in Amavasya is the only one time Chandra gets charged from sun in the night of the ray of the Ama ಎಂಬ ಕಿರಣದಲ್ಲಿ ಇಬ್ರು ಸೇರ್ತಾರೆ. That is, the Chandra stays all night on Amavasya day. He gets charged so full that he will be able to show us light and waxing and waning for another 1 month. Therefore, Amavasya comes once in month. Amavasya means staying in the kiranam, in the sun's ray, christened as Ama. Therefore, ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಈ ಚಂದ್ರ, he is the light provider for another days during the night. And therefore, you understand, this Chandra is like electric car, which you have to charge during the night, that you will be able to do with it during the day. All day you drive the car. Here, most of the people use electric cars because avoiding petrol. So they get it charged. And then Ataraha Chandra. Surya is the petrol and or diesel. And absence of that, once you get the charge, is electric. So Chandramasevayam Jyotisha. So Chandra is the Jyoti, and all the nakshatras would have their light reflected because of Chandramasi. Chandramasi is the Saptami Bhakti Ekavachanam. Ayam Jyotishaha. So all the nakshatras will have the light being reflected in them owing to moon during the night. But moon is different, sun is different. Therefore, when sun is there, no star visibility. Even moon is there, star visibility is possible. Therefore, Jyotishahate palyajate karma kurute vipalyate titi evam meva etattu yajnavalkya. So whatever question or whatever answer that has been given by Yajnavalkya, Janaka Maharaj is trying to answer it. Again, another question comes up. Astamita aditye Yajnavalkya Chandramasaha Chandramasya astamite kim jyotirevayam purushaha iti agnirevasya jyotihi bhavati. Nodidra, step by step. Supposing even moon also has got the function of rise and setting. So moon also, if he says, what next? Then he says, Agnireva asya jyotihi bhavati. So I told you, Agni and Surya, that's why Vishnu is Surya Bhagavan. Therefore, in Chamakam, Sivalingaya, after having done 180 namaskaras in Namakam to Rudra and more than 300 forms of Rudra, and his Anugraha and his presence and his support and driving things and all that in the nature. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ? ಅಗ್ನ ವಿಷ್ಣು ಸಜೋಷಸೆ ಮಾಂ ವರ್ಧಂತು ವಾಂಗಿರಹ. ನೋಡಿದ್ರ, ವಾಂಗಿರಹ ಮಾಂ ವರ್ಧಂತು ಯಾರಂದ್ರೆ Agni and Vishnu, Agni and Surya, and they are called Jyoti, Ushas. Agna Vishnu Sajoshase, Sa Ushase. So Sajoshase Mam Vardhantu, ನನ್ನ ಕೋರಿಕೆಗಳನ್ನು ತೀರಿಸಬೇಕು, ಎನ್ಹ್ಯಾನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಮಾಂ ವರ್ಧಂತು ವಾಮ್ ಗಿರಯ. ವಾಮ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಇವರ್, ಗಿರಯ ಅಂದರೆ ಮಂತ್ರಗಳು. ನಿನ್ನ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರೋ ಮಂತ್ರಗಳೆಲ್ಲ ಪವರಿಂದ ನಾನು ಉದ್ಧಾರ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. ಹಾಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅಗ್ನಿಹಿ, and because of Agni, it is all like this. So Astamita Aditye Yajnavalkya Chandramaha tastamite kim jyotirevayam purusha ityagnirevaasya jyoti bhavati agnaivayam jyotishahate palyate karma kurute vipalyati iti evamevaitat yagnavalkya. And again, Kalidasa, we should remember, in the fourth act of Raghuvamsam, he says that Dilipa Maharaja gets the Rajyam. Sapratibhajya bhavo. So, Belagge Adityaninda Agni. And that sloka, I just forgot, I get it. Dinante nihitam tejaha savitreva hutasanaha. The first sentence of the fourth canto of Raghuvamsa, which contains more than 20 cantos. It's again retelling of the Ramayana by Kalidasa, very beautiful. Sarajyam guruna dattam pratibhajyadhikam babhau dinante nihitam tejaha savitreva hutasanaha. Dilipa Maharaja, given by the Rajyam, given by the father, it's a light, it's a Jyoti. And that Jyoti from Aditya, from his ancestor, from his father, taking that in the night, or night is the life. So in the night, like Agni, he shone forth. Anta Kalidasa is a Rishi. And that's why Kalidasadi Kavimukhya, Kaviswaraha, Mukhyaha, Kaviswaraha. Anta Anandavardhana ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ. Vyasa, Valmiki, and Kalidasa. They are the great Kavimukhyas who have been advocates of our Sanatana Dharma. Just now I saw one video in the WhatsApp, and the Adhyayana WhatsApp. Somebody put it, I think Shyama ಅವರು. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಆ ಸ್ವಾಮಿಗಳು, ಅಯ್ಯ ಏನು ಆದರೂ ಕೂಡ ಪ್ರಪಂಚದಲ್ಲಿ ಸನಾತನ ಧರ್ಮ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಲೈವ್. ದಟ್ಸ್ ದಿ ಬೀಜ ಫಾರ್ ಆಲ್ ದಿ ಲೈಫ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಪ್ರಾಸ್ಪೆರಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ಎವ್ರಿಬಡಿ. ಬೀಜಂ ಮಂತ್ರಂ ಸಮುಚ್ಚಾರ್ಯ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಮಹಾನ್ಯಾಸದಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ಮಂತ್ರಂ ಬೀಜಂ ಉಚ್ಚಾರ್ಯ. ಸೊ ಆಲ್ mantras have got the bija. Tam, gam, tham, tam. ಸೊ ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಬೀಜಾಕ್ಷರಗಳು. ಇದರಿಂದಲೇ ಅದನ್ನು ಸೇರಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಾವು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಸಿಮಿಲರ್ಲಿ ವೆನ್ ಯು ಟಾಕ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಟುಡೇ ಬೀಯಿಂಗ್ ಫ್ರೈಡೇ, ಅಮ್ಮವಾರು ಲಲಿತಾ ಪರಮೇಶ್ವರಿ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಓಂ ಐಂ ಹ್ರೀಂ ಶ್ರೀಂ ಶ್ರೀಮಾತ್ರೇ ನಮಃ, ಓಂ ಐಂ ಶ್ರೀಂ ಶ್ರೀ ಮಹಾರಾಜ್ಞೇ ನಮಃ. ಶಿವಲಿಂಗ ಹೇಳ ಬಾಬು.
ಶ್ರೀಮಾತಾ ಶ್ರೀ ಮಹಾರಾಜ್ಞೆ ಶ್ರೀಮತ್ ಸಿಂಹಾಸನೇಶ್ವರಿ ಚಿದಗ್ನಿಕುಂಡ ಸಂಭೂತ ದೇವ ಕಾರ್ಯ ಸಮುದ್ಯತ ಉದ್ಯದ್ಭಾನು ಸಹಸ್ರಾಭ ಚತುರ್ಬಾಹು ಸಮನ್ವಿತ.
ನೋಡಿದ್ರಾ, ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಈಚ when you take it as a Sahasranamas, Namavali names, then you are asked to join Aim, Hrim, Srim. These are the Bijaksharas. So here also the Bijam is there, and that is to be there. Agni is a Bija, Chandra is a Bija, Aditya is a Bijadhipati. Therefore, here it is said, it Agnirevasya Jyotihi Bhavati. And same formula, format is same. Agnina eva ayam Jyotisha. Because of Agni, all the Jyotishas are shining. Palyayate, karma kurute. They shine on the sky, and until the sun comes back. Surya Bhagavan Barodanaka Nakshatragalage Chandralige Heyday, market day. Ivara Surya Bhagavan Bantashna, maybe so Chandra is there, maybe stars are there. Temporarily they will be dull, and ultimately they become completely not visible at all. But do you think that there is no Chandra and stars in the atmosphere? Yes, there are. But though they are not visible, na drusyante. That's why in Tarka Sangraha, we have a beautiful statement. Druk drusyau dvau padarthau anta. So there are only two matters. Dvau padarthau. What is that? Druk and drusya. Drusya is to be seen. Druk is that seeing. Seeing and to be seen. These two things constantly exist in the world. In the nature, nobody can destroy. So nature is Sanatana Dharma that will completely be there. So Agni Nevayam Jyotishaste Palyate. And ಏನು ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಒಂದ್ಸಲ ನಿಮಗೆ ಲೈಫ್ ಬಂದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಯು ಕೆನಾಟ್ ರಿಮೈನ್ ಮ್ಯೂಟ್, ಯು ಕೆನಾಟ್ ರಿಮೈನ್ ಕರ್ಮ ಫ್ರೀ, ಯು ಕೆನಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಎ ಫ್ಯಾನ್ಸ್ ಫ್ರೀ. ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಇನ್ ಭಗವದ್ ಗೀತಾ ಟೋಲ್ಡ್ ಯು, ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್ ವಾಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಸೆಡ್, ನ ಕೋಪಿ ತಿಷ್ಠತಿ ಅಕರ್ಮಕೃತು ಕುರ್ವನ್ನೇವ ತಿಷ್ಠತಿ ಕರ್ಮ. ಸೊ ಅಟ್ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ ಉಚ್ಛ್ವಾಸ ನಿಶ್ವಾಸ ಆದರೂ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀಯಾ? ಚುಮ್ಮ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ, ತುಂಬಾ ಸುಳ್ಳು. It's quite untruth. Therefore, here Yajnavalkya Maharshi gives the point clue, and Janaka Maharaja is trying to explain the understanding which he can derive out of that kind of statement. Therefore, Agninevayam Jyotishaha palyayate karma kurute vipalyate iti evam ಯಾಜ್ಞವಲ್ಕ್ಯ. ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಶಿಪ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಯಾಜ್ಞವಲ್ಕ್ಯ ಅಂತ ಹೆಸರು ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ಅಂದರೆ ಜನಕ ಅಂಡ್ ಯಾಜ್ಞವಲ್ಕ್ಯ ಆರ್ ಆಫ್ ಸೇಮ್. ಸೊ ಆರ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಅಂದರೆ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ದಟ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್. And again one more comes, again the same problem posed. Astamita Aditya Yajnavalkya Chandramasya Astamite Shante Agnau Kim Jyotihi. Suppose no Aditya, no Chandra and no fire. Agni illade ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ? ಅಂಡ್ ತುಂಬ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಅಗ್ನಿಯಿಂದಲೇ ಬದುಕ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಆ ಅಗ್ನಿ ಜ್ಯೋತಿ, ಸಿ ಫಾರ್ ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್ ರೈಟ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಬರ್ತ್ ಟು ಡೆತ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಬಿಯಾಂಡ್, we must want Agni. That's why we say Agnir Brahma. So Agne Naya Supatharaye Asman. So now Badikuruvaga, as long as we breathe our life, Agni is our mentor, Agni is our guide. In fact, in Telugu, we have got a beautiful kavya written by, I think, Nannaya Bhatta, that that's called Prabhara Charitra, and where Prabhara was a staunch Brahmin. He was a Agni Upasaka. And when Agni was so much pleased, he asked him, what boon I can give you, what help I can give you. He said, I want to see all places. Then Agni gave some kind of ointment, said, you just, as long as this ointment in your body, in your feet is there, you can move anywhere, great speed, and see, visit places. But ultimately, the story goes that when Prabhara went to Himalayas, there that particular thing got liquefied and disappeared almost. It lost its power because of the Himalayas. Then he was stuck there. He did not know, but there was some contingency that is built up. And Varudhini comes up and all that. Ultimately, what that Prabhara he does, he just remembers Agni, whom he had got great devotion done, and Agni brings him back home. So like that, so if Agni is not there, there is the power of Agni is still working on. Therefore, Astamita Aditye Yajnavalkya Chandramasya Astamite ಶಾಂತಿ ಅಗ್ನೌ ಕಿಂ ಜ್ಯೋತಿ. ನೋಡಿದ್ರ ಈ ಚಿಕ್ಕ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರಲ್ವಾ. ಸೊ ಆ ತರಹ ಯಜ್ಞವಲ್ಕ್ಯ ಈಸ್ ಕೀಪಿಂಗ್ ಆನ್ ಪುಟ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್. ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ವೆನ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ವಿತ್ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಕಿಡ್ಸ್, ಯು ಮಸ್ಟ್ ಬಿ ರೆಡಿ ವಿತ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ಸ್, ಅದರ್ವೈಸ್ ದೇ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಯು ಎಸ್ ಅ ಸ್ಟೂಪಿಡ್ ಫೆಲೋ. ಯು ಡೋಂಟ್ ನೋ, ನಿನ್ಗೇನು ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಹೊರಟೋಗು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಕೋಪ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು. ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದಟ್. ಶಂಕರಾಭರಣಂ, ದಟ್ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಗರ್ಲ್ and that music teacher, you remember, says, oh, I have composed this, I have done this raga, ఇకేం రాదు పో అన్నట్టుగా అవుతుంది. కాబట్టి discussion is going on. Suppose then Yajnavalkya kim, then the answer is Chandramasya astamite shante agnau kim jyotireva ayam purushaha iti. Then vageva asya jyotirbhavati iti. Vachaivayam jyotishaste palyayate karma kurute vipalyate iti. Tasmadvai samradapi yatra swaha panihi na vinignayate अथ यत्र वाक् उच्चरति उपैव तत्र नेतीति एवमेव एतद्याज्ञवल्क्या. Beautiful. This is the glory of the speech. You close your eye, you don't hear, but if there is a speech, you can get on in life. Vak is Vakbhushanam, Bhushanam. That's why Bhartrhari said, how important is the speech? And Sindhu Shankar, she is working on auto children. I mean, they don't have speech, but all flattered speech. And what are the methods through which we can make the children who cannot speak at least start speaking? So that is the great attempt. So here also, this Janaka Maharaja says, speech is from, and Bhartrhari said, Keyurani na bhushayanti purusham hara na chandrojvala na snanam na vilepanam na kusumam na lankruta murthajaha vanyeka samalankaroti purusham ya samskruta dharyate shiyante khila bhushanani sadatam vagbhushanam bhushanam. Anta ಕೊನೆಗೆ ಸೂರ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಚಂದ್ರ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಯಾರೂ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮಾತು ಒಂದಿದ್ರೆ ಸಾಕು, ಮಾತಿಂದ ಜಗತ್ತನ್ನ ಸೋಲಿಸಬಹುದು, ಆರ್ ಜಗತ್ತನ್ನ ನಾವು ವಿನ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. That's why we have also hundreds of examples I can quote afterwards. And I just tell you that, there was a time when nobody was there, when King Krishnadevaraya was not in the town and in the Rajdhani. He went with all Sainyam to fight with other enemies away. So it was without King Krishnadevaraya. Then there was a king by name Gajapati Maharaja. He thought that because Krishnadevaraya is not there, I can win the land, I can occupy Krishnadevaraya's empire. So with that, he came with his Sainyam for fight. And when all youngsters, soldiers went away, the city contained only, the Rajyam contained old people and children. Then this one Kavi, Nannaya Bhatta or somebody, I forgot his name, I get it. He wrote one poem ultimately saying that Kukka Chochina Riti Chochadavu. And he just sent a message saying that you are like dog going into market and getting out. You are just like a dog coming into the place where there is no king. Adakke adu estu powerful andre that Gajapati Maharaja became really shy and insulted. He just went back, not declaring war on the land. So itaraha ವಾಕ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ತುಂಬಾ ಪವರ್ಫುಲ್. ವಾಗ್ಭೂಷಣಂ ಭೂಷಣಂ. ಸೊ this Janaka Maharaja says that Vagevasya jyotihi bhavati. The speech itself is the light, is the jyoti in him. Yake vacha eva ayam jyotishaha. All the stars are owing to the vak. They only palyayate karma kurute vipalyayeti tasmadvai samradapi yatra swaha panihi na vinignayate atha yatra vagucharati eva tatra anyateti evameva tatyagnavalkya. So even a samrat, tasmadvai samrat swaha panihi na vinignayate. So some kind of difficulty might strike even Maharajas. Then through their speech, they can make the success come into their yard. So vag ucharati upa eva tatra Netyeti evamevaitat Yajnavalkya. So the sequence like that keeps on going one by one. And it is very interesting to note down the answers which are being given by Janaka and the questions put by denial made by Yajnavalkya and the answer being given by Janaka, and both of them are having, because there is a statement Vade Jayate Tattva Bodha. When you keep dialogue, when you keep discussion, talking and arguments, the tattvam, the truth becomes revealed to you. That is what is the procedural formula in all Upanishads. Because Upanishads do not give you at a time whole truth, but they say slowly with proper reasoning, convincing all as it is, scientific as it is. That's what it is. So Sivalingavare, Odilinda, Yajnavalkya, second sentence, Yajnavalkya kim jyotirayam purushaha iti. Odtira?
ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಓದ್ಬೇಕು ಗುರುಗಳೇ?
Second sentence, Yajnavalkya Aditya Jyotihi Samraditi. Ali ಓದ್ಬಿಡಿ. Second sentence.
ಅಸ್ತಮಿತಾದಿತ್ಯೇ ಯಾಜ್ಞವಲ್ಕ್ಯ ಕಿಂ ಜ್ಯೋತಿರೇವಾಯಂ ಪುರುಷ ಇತಿ ಚಂದ್ರಮಾ ಏವಾಸ್ಯ ಜ್ಯೋತಿರ್ಭವತೀತಿ ಚಂದ್ರಮಸ್ಯೇವಾಯಂ ಜ್ಯೋತಿಷಾಸ್ತೆ ಪಲ್ಯಯತೆ ಕರ್ಮ ಕುರುತೆ ವಿಪಲ್ಯೇತೀತ್ಯೇವಮೇವೈತದ್ ಯಾಜ್ಞವಲ್ಕ್ಯ. ಅಸ್ತಮಿತಾದಿತ್ಯೇ ಯಾಜ್ಞವಲ್ಕ್ಯ ಚಂದ್ರಮಸ್ಯಸ್ತಮಿತೆ ಕಿಂ ಜ್ಯೋತಿರೇವಾಯಂ ಪುರುಷ ಇತ್ಯಗ್ನಿರೇವಾಸ್ಯ ಜ್ಯೋತಿರ್ಭವತೀತ್ಯಗ್ನಿರ್ನೈ ಏವಾಯಂ ಜ್ಯೋತಿಷಾಸ್ತೆ ಪಲ್ಯಯತೆ ಕರ್ಮ ಕುರುತೆ ವಿಪಲ್ಯೇತೀತ್ಯವಮೇವೈತದ್ ಯಾಜ್ಞವಲ್ಕ್ಯ. ಅಸ್ತಮಿತಾದಿತ್ಯೇ ಯಾಜ್ಞವಲ್ಕ್ಯ ಚಂದ್ರಮಸ್ಯಸ್ತಮಿತೆ ಶಾಂತ್ಯಗ್ನೋ ಕಿಂ ಜ್ಯೋತಿರೇವಾಯಂ ಪುರುಷ ಇತಿ ವಾಗೇವಾಸ್ಯ ಜ್ಯೋತಿರ್ಭವತೀತಿ ವಾಚೈವಾಯಂ ಜ್ಯೋತಿಷಾಸ್ತೆ ಪಲ್ಯಯತೆ ಕರ್ಮ ಕುರುತೆ ವಿಪಲ್ಯೇತೀತಿ ತಸ್ಮಾದ್ವೈ ಸಮ್ರಾಡಪಿ ಯತ್ರ ಸ್ವಂ ಪಾಣಿರ್ನ ವಿನಿರ್ಜ್ಞಾಯತೇತ ಯತ್ರ ವಾಗುಚ್ಚರತ್ಯುಪೈವ ತತ್ರ ನೇತೀತ್ಯೇವಮೇವೈತದ್ ಯಾಜ್ಞವಲ್ಕ್ಯ.
ಗುಡ್. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ಇದು ನೇತಿವಾದ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ದಟ್ಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಶಂಕರಾಚಾರ್ಯ ಪ್ರಮೋಟ್ಸ್. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ in Nirvana Shatkam, you observe that in 6 mantras, in 6 slokas, how the truth of Advaitam in essentially being put forth by Shankara. So, na punyam, na papam, na karma, na. That's what negation. So that negation is the keynote for the Advaita. So Dvaita andre 2, Advaita andre 1. That oneness ultimately remains. There is only Atma, which we call as Paramatma, who is manifesting himself in all the creation as Atma only. Therefore, the Atmanam Brahmatman vada sujata tadakamayata samatmana padjeyeti atmanatman nityamantrayata. So like that, entire Veda has got good scope for the view that we want to consider, or the kind of light you want to focus. But ultimately remember Ekatvam. That's why Rigveda concludes Sangachadvam, Sambadadvam. So some. That's why it's called Sambhashana. Iga yenaitu Yajnavalkya and Janaka, they have come to Bhashana. Bari Bhashana andre obre matartare. Sambhashana andre innobru join ಆಗ್ತಾರೆ. So ಸಂಭಾಷಣ ಶಿಬಿರ ಅಂತ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತೀರಿ. But Bhashana Karyakrama andre Pravachana Karyakrama. One speaker speaks for some time And later on, there may be some bhashana or discussion or questioning our etc. So you observe the knowledge, how is being transmitted to other people who are of like-minded. So only like-minded people will join the conversation. ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಇನ್ಫ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ನಾನು ನಮ್ಮ ವೇದಾಧ್ಯಯನ ಕೇಂದ್ರ ಆನ್ಯುವಲ್ ಡೇ ಆರ್ ಎನಿ ಅದರ್ ಇನ್ವಿಟೇಷನ್ ಐ ಗಿವ್ ಟು ಎ ಯೂತ್ ಆರ್ ಎ ಬಾಯ್ ಆರ್ ಎನಿಬಡಿ, ಹಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಟು ದಟ್ ಫೆಲೋ ಯೂತ್ ವುಡ್ ಸೇ, ಸರ್ ತುಂಬ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ ಸರ್, ನಾನು ನಮ್ಮ ತಾತ ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ ಸರ್, ಅವ್ರು ಬರ್ತಾರೆ ಸರ್, ನಾನು ಬರೋಲ್ಲ. ಸ್ಟೂಪಿಡ್ ಹೇಳಿದೆ, ನಿನಗೋಸ್ಕರ ಬಾಬು. ಸೊ ಅಂದರೆ ಜ್ಞಾನಕ್ಕೆ ದೆರ್ ಇಸ್ ನೋ ಬಾರ್ ಆರ್ ಟ್ಯಾಬು. Everybody can join. Try to pick that which is relevant to them. So with this kind of explanation today, we'll continue next. Upanishadic knowledge is simply eternal and quest-filled. So let us go with it. Om Swasti.
Om Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryankaravavahai तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै. ओम शांति शांति शांतिः. सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः, सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्. ओम शांति शांति शांतिः. हरिः ओम तत्सत्. सर्वं श्रीकृष्णार्पणमस्तु, श्रीवासुदेवार्पणमस्तु, श्रीवेदपुरुषाशीर्वादोऽस्तु.